So the outrage will not stop. And I'm talking about Rick Schantz, the head coach of the Phoenix Rising, and Junior Flemings of the Rising are all in a confused state of outrage, and they're being destroyed. For the ones that are so woke that you cannot listen to this entire video, I'm going to try to get right to the point right away because I checked my analytics. The ones that put thumbs down on my videos of the woke people, you listen to an average of 2 minutes of a 28-minute segment. You don't even listen. You refuse to listen. So, congrats. You're just going to put thumbs down and then call me a homophobic or whatever you're going to call me. You're the problem. So, USL Phoenix Rising placed coach Rick Schantz and Junior Flemings on leave amid probe. So, they're suspended indefinitely until the USL looks into the situation, and already online on Twitter and everywhere you go, everyone has their opinion on what happened. Everyone's a psychic of what is going through Rick Shantz's mind. But first let's talk about this a little bit for the ones that are not aware. So this is ESPN staff writer Josh Weinfuss. He says, the Phoenix Rising placed head coach Rick Schantz and the midfielder Junior Flemings on administrative leave late Thursday night as an investigation takes place into allegations that Fleming used an anti-gay slur during the team's game Wednesday night against the San Diego Loyal. In a statement posted to the Rising Twitter account, the team said its players and Schantz participated in an extensive interview with the USL on Thursday. The witch hunt is officially on. So I stand by what I said yesterday in my yesterday's podcast about Landon Donovan. I think he's a coward. I think anyone that requires the social justice mob to come do your fighting, to go after people because you suddenly feel like you are the wokest person around and you're going to make change through your organization is embarrassing. I mean, the thing is, they lied. They literally lied. And I call them liars because they just came up with information. Well, he said, so therefore it is. And you see Landon, they're talking to, Rick and the referees and Landon, they were talking. And what did Landon Donovan do? What do cowards do? They call for help. So he goes to the stands and said, they called him gay. They called him gay. I can't believe this. And he invoked the whole world to come crashing down on Junior Flemings and Rick Schantz. Now, I don't know if Junior Fleming said it or not. And the thing is, I don't care about that. I don't even want to talk about that. I want to talk about prior to. They chose to quit and make a stand, not play soccer. They wanted to join the social justice mob to cause problems. And the unintended consequences of doing this, they have no idea what they're doing because they're loved on Twitter. They're loved by the media. Because that if you're on that side of let's destroy people without investigating, we have a serious problem. I'm sorry. I choose to live in a world that we focus on due process. Give everyone due process. And why can't Junior Flemings have it? Whether he lied or not, why can't he have it? And the thing is, you're telling me every one of the San Diego team has never said anything bad of any kind? What is the rule book on offending people? We don't have this. So here, let me read you this. So I'm gonna switch page. I'm not gonna say who wrote this until after I read it. So I highlighted on my YouTube channel for the ones watching it versus listening. It says this. This is what we're going through with the social justice nut jobs. And you are nut jobs. You're evil. You know why you're evil? Because you don't want due process. You don't want to seek for understanding. You don't want forgiveness to happen. You want to crucify anyone that doesn't believe how you want to believe. And that's not a world we need to live in. We can't live in. And the thing is, it's scary for me to post these things, but I feel like I have to post and be honest how I'm thinking. I cannot be in a situation where I'm so scared to actually have a thought, because the social justice nut jobs will crucify you and take your job and all that. Take it. I'm fine. I'll go out swinging than be controlled by anybody. It's ridiculous. It reads, you may not understand what is being demanded of you. You may see the wave of conflicting messaging emanating from the press and wonder just what you're supposed to do. But the chaos is the point. Let me repeat that. The chaos is the point. Was Rick Schantz confused? Was it very chaotic? Yes, that's the point. That's what they do. Reading on. You are supposed to be confused. Confusion is a political weapon. Clarity is a shield. If our media and political class can prevent clarity, they can prevent unity. If they can obscure, they can demand acquiescence, which means you must believe how we believe. So the reason I read you that's exactly what's going on. What does the far left, and no, I don't even have to say it. I'm friends with everybody except the extreme far left and all the ones that want to just show how great they are, so great, and they're so perfect that the way we think, you have to think, and if you don't, we're going to end you. That is wrong. How is it not wrong? And if you're not on that side of thinking, if we can't have due process, you can believe whatever you want to believe, but we must have due process. Have to have due process. So this is what we get. So here's Rick Schantz on with Phooey on sports, and look at poor Rick. He is like scared. Phooey's scared. Why? Because the woke nation has taken over everything. If you say one wrong thing, if you don't feel how they want you to feel, you are done. And the thing is, the ones that I hope all you social justice pieces of crap that attack people like this, I hope they come after you. I hope you guys eat each other alive. And then you're like, oh, wait a minute. I mean, they attacked a black man, regardless of what, it was hearsay. I'm not saying he didn't say it or he did, but no one knows the facts of it. They wanted to crucify him there. They wanted to make a scene there at the expense of a black man. Where's BLM? He doesn't matter? It's ridiculous.
Last night, Colin Martin gets a red card. Everything goes crazy from there on out. Tell me what happened, if you will.
Yeah, well, obviously, they had just scored a goal. We had kicked the ball off, and I think we were making an attempt to attack, and the ball went into the box. Junior Flemings, was competing for the ball, went to the ground. It almost looked to me as if he was trying to get a penalty. They cleared the ball out. The referee blew the whistle and went straight to one of their players with a red card. I had no idea what was going on. We thought that if he blew the whistle with the red card, that it would be a penalty and that something else had happened. But it didn't. And about, I'd say probably, 5-10 seconds after he gave the red card, the opposition, the players, frantically surrounded the referee, which is very normal in soccer. Again, I still had no idea what was going on. And then I think one or two of their players somehow got over to the sideline. I was talking to my staff and trying to find out what was going on, what we were going to do at halftime. Primarily with Damien, we had an injured player, and how we were going to manage the rest of the game. Then, then their coach, Landon, went out onto the field and he went out and stormed out onto the field. He said, "Not again." And as he was going onto the field, he was yelling at the fourth official saying, "You heard it, you heard it." And I still didn't know what they were talking about. He got out on the field and started, having a conversation or yelling at the referee. That continued for quite a while. The referee, I think, was trying to make his way out of the group. I stayed in the coach's box, which is what's expected of us, and waited for an explanation, and generally the referee brings the two coaches together and explains these situations. And, Landon continued to voice his opinion or what was going on. And still at that point, I had no idea what was going on. Finally, the referee gets to halftime, calls halftime, and he and Landon walk over to the officials table. And that's the first time the referee had tried to explain to me what he didn't hear and did hear. And then it became very confusing. And, Landon is shouting at the referee. He was shouting at me.
So I'm going to stop it there. And I'm going to go back to this quote. This is what the left tries to do. You may not understand what is being demanded of you. You may see the wave of conflicting messages emanating from the press and wonder just what you're supposed to do. But the chaos is the point. That's what's going on. The chaos was created. You are supposed to be confused. And you can tell Rick is confused. And there's others. Oh, he's trying to manufacture a lie right now or whatever, because we know what he's thinking because you're all psychics. Confusion is a political weapon. Confusion is a weapon. Clarity is a shield. If our media and political class can prevent clarity, and I'll reword that, if our social justice warriors and the people we're with can prevent clarity, that can prevent unity. If they can obscure, they can demand you to believe what they believe. And that's what's happening. If you are one of those people on Facebook and Twitter and all those, and you're so like want Rick Schantz fired and Fleming destroyed, you're lost in your brain. You're part of something that you don't even understand. This is what they do. Oh, it's a conspiracy. No, it's not. It's actually documentation of what we see. Every time this stuff happens, you can actually log it in and say, this is what they're going to do. And that's why the referees were scared to death. That's why they rescinded the red card. On Landon, 2 red cards are rescinded because they're scared. And this is what's going on. And the USL better keep the Rising with the forfeit win. Have to. All right, I'm going to, let's continue this on just a little bit longer.
I still wasn't sure what had happened. I was trying to figure out what was going on.
More confusion.
And, I was worried about our team. I was thinking about the red card and how did they get a red.
So Rick Schantz had to process so many things. He was processing, okay, there was a red card. We're getting an advantage. How do we prepare for this and kind of thing? And now the coach got a red card. I mean, so many things are going through his head. And so when you have to process a lot of information, you don't even know what's going on. And those we know are already ready to kill this guy. They're ready to end him. And all the comments you're making, and the thing is, I don't get it. Like, I've already been called a homophobic, I don't know how many times, because I'm against this kind of pursuit. I'm against. I think we have to choose not to be offended. I think anything that happens that's inappropriate or anything like that needs to be addressed. There is a way to behave, but that needs to be addressed by the coach, the team, the organization. Give them a chance to fix things. It's easier for us to grow as a community, as a family, as a whatever, when we do it as a community. But when you decide to launch the mob and media and all that stuff, nothing gets fixed. Only bad things. And let me tell you something. Here's a bad thing. So Fleming, no one knows where he's at. His family doesn't know where he's at. I don't know if many people even know that. I found out through a source, but they can't even get hold of him. What if he commits suicide because he feels like he's done? He can't even explain himself, and he's so confused right now. He's about to lose his career. He's the top player in USL, and he's about to lose everything. Then what? Then we did the right thing. This is how we handle things. This is ridiculous. It's unexcusable, this behavior, and more people need to stand up for it. We can't go silent anymore. And the majority do not agree with you, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube people, the ones behind the keyboard. You're the minority. The majority doesn't agree. The majority is scared to talk. I'm not going to play that game. I'm going to fight it straight on, and the Rising needs to stand up for Ricky Schantz. Do not fire him. Keep him where he is. Don't let these people control you, because once you do that, you're done. And now the USL does what? Sensitivity training. It's not going to fix a thing. It's not going to fix a thing. It makes a lot of woke people feel great. Look what we did. Look what we did.
Red card rescinded. I was thinking about, our players and what was going to transpire after that. And in no way, shape, or form was I, ready or prepared for Landon telling me what he thought had happened. And he said that, he called him gay. And I was trying to de-escalate the situation just to get the facts from the referee. And I said something along the lines of, like, how long have you been in soccer, and how long have you been a part of soccer? And it was really, the statement was because I was so flabbergasted with what was going on. I was so surprised. I was so shocked. I was focused on everything else except that. And, from the beginning of the season here at Phoenix Rising, we talk about our values. I'm a coach that we have core values: integrity, loyalty, commitment, hard work ethic, enjoyment. And we pick players, hopefully, that have these values. And what I said has been misconstrued in a way that, makes me seem as if I don't care about the LGBTQ community, which is the farthest thing from the truth. We support everybody here at Phoenix Rising. We support all the groups, and we support it's soccer, and I'm deeply regret, what I said in the moment without having all of the facts.
What? Now he's going to go on a series of apologies, and he's confused and he's scared. And it's haunting his family and all this stuff. And here's the thing: like, I know Ricky Schantz. We played ODP together, but we're not tight. I talk to him maybe once every 5 years, and it's usually because I need something, like his stadium or something, which he didn't give to me. So I should be mad at him because he didn't support me on that. But I don't accept this. I don't accept this. He's apologized for not seeking all the facts. Where's Landon? Why are we bypassing the behavior of Landon Donovan? What he did was unacceptable, unprofessional. He should be fired. He shouldn't be able to get away with things because he is on the virtuous singling of look, I'm woke. That doesn't get. He should be fired fired. Landon Donovan needs to be fired. We have to put this craziness away because there's a way to handle it. It doesn't make sense. We live in a country that has due process, and we're trying to get rid of it through this BS. It has to stop. Time and time again, the mobs have been wrong. When I say wrong, they were defending a lie. And they're allowed to keep doing this. They should not be able to do this. I'm going to actually fast forward to the end and listen to them.
What's right, and we have to make the right decisions. You know, the board is at this club is amazing and fantastic. They're good people, and they've told me that they'll put their time and effort into finding out, you know, what really happened on the field, and they would support me speaking with you.
I appreciate you doing that, Rick. Honestly, I know how tough it is. I can't imagine how tough it is. And I appreciate you doing it. I really felt like it was important for you to share your thoughts and let people know where you're at in this thing. Because we've heard from Landon, we've heard from the owners over there, we've heard from other people. I just really felt like it was important to hear from you.
I appreciate that. When you're emotional and you're in these moments, I mean, I'm not a lawyer, I'm not a PR guy, I'm a football coach, and I love my team, I love my players, and these are difficult moments, and so I appreciate having the opportunity to speak with you.
Well, Rick, best of luck to you. And how do you anticipate USL doing it? You anticipate anything happening in the next day or two, or what do you think?
Well, they said they hopefully they would have something before Saturday. So they're good people. I support the league. I've always supported the league. You know, this has been the most difficult year, and for them to even get to this point this year, I think with all of what's gone on with COVID and all the social injustice, I think the league has been fantastic. So I have no doubt that they'll do their due diligence and get back to us soon.
So that's the situation we're in right now, and it's so frustrating. And the thing is, it doesn't matter what I say, because the robots out there, and that's what they are. They just do what they're told. They have no idea what they're doing, but they feel good about it because they get a lot of likes and stuff on it. And it's sad and pathetic. They're not willing to listen, and they're wrong. And I'm right. And I'm not right much, but I'm right on the fact that we cannot do this ever again. And I know it's going to repeat, but this is wrong. You don't crucify and quit a soccer match before you find all the facts. You finish it and you deal with it like a professional. That is not professional. It was for whatever reason, people are saying this is okay. It's not okay, regardless of political belief. It's not okay. We cannot behave this way. We can address all the homophobic comments and slurs or whatever was said. That can be addressed. Secondly, first is get the information, get the facts, and go through the process. You can't skip the process, because when you do that, you miss details and it changes everything. We have to stop doing this. And for the ones with their blinders on, that you're refusing to accept that what we should be doing, karma is a B-I-T, you know the rest, and it's going to get you. It's going to be by the same people that were your friends. It's going to get you. And I hope it does. I really do. Because apparently if you can't come into the light and see logic, it needs to happen to you so you can see it. So it's actually a good thing. So once you understand, that's why we're on this earth, right? Is to fail and overcome and become greater. But we don't want that. We want people to fail, and we want to kick them down because they're not part of your woke group. It's dumb. It is dumb. See you guys next time.